When he fell off that roof, he landed on a handle of a shovel, impaling himself.
Where?
In between his legs, in his perineum to be exact.
You know, I described the injury to her, but nobody's prepared to see a shovel in that location. But a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Get it out! Get it out right now!
We're gonna have to get lifeline in here. Yes.
Paramedic Josh Tyler knows that time is not on his side.
Dispatch, this is Medic 7. We're gonna need a chopper out here on Highway 24.
I thought the patient would die prior to them actually getting him cut out of the vehicle.
30-year-old father of two, Chris Valderas, has somehow survived a devastating head-on collision on the freeway.
Josh, he's starting to seize. He's seizing.
Hey, feel the barber talk. Drop the rocks. Oh, thank God.
The life flight helicopter arrives, carrying paramedic Dennis Westlake and flight nurse Carol Wickman.
Until we actually got to the vehicle, we couldn't tell, exactly what the patient would be doing.
Oh, my God.
And then we saw how the first paramedic on scene had saved this man's life by doing an airway from the front windshield.
What do we got?
I got approximately a 30-year-old male involved in a head-on collision. He's got a crike in.
Blood pressure?
40/12.
What's his pulse?
50.
His pulse was very weak and thready, so we knew that he had lost considerable amount of blood.
Oh, God, he's hanging on by a thread.
His left arm had been amputated, but it was just hanging by a little piece of skin.
Okay, going around.
Rescue crews finally clear an opening to remove Chris Valderas from the mangled van.
Another fireman right here, please.
You got it?
Watch his head. Stabilize his neck.
Got it.
Okay, make sure his legs are okay.
Grab his neck.
Fight him one more time. 1, 2, 3.
This patient had to go to surgery as fast as possible.
Dennis, radio ahead.
I'm on it.
We're on
I'm on it. I'm on it. Dispatch, we got trauma alert. Boarding the chopper now. 6 minutes out.
As the trauma team rushes car crash victim Chris Valderas to the OR, Surgeon Roger Nagy knows they're already on borrowed time.
He was doing everything he could with the last bits of life he had in him to stay alive.
Crank up the heat, he's hypothermic. There's nothing left. The nerve, the artery, the vein, it's all torn apart. All right, let's get it out of there and see if we can tie off that artery.
Unfortunately, there was nothing we could do to try to save or try to re-implant that arm.
Scissors?
The safest and best thing to do for him was to get that arm off and try to control that bleeding.
Scalpel?
His injuries inside his abdomen were pretty complex.
Liver appears fractured.
It's sometimes very hard to get that to come back together.
Suction.
He also had a very severe injury to his spleen.
How's the leg? Arteries compressed, there's no blood flow.
There's a concept of what we call damage control in a situation like this. The general rule is I don't want to spend more than 2 hours in the operating room with a critical trauma patient. Their physiologic reserve is running out. We need to get him to the intensive care unit, give him a chance to start to try to recover.
One lead over here, please.
Downstairs, Chris's wife, Joanna, arrives in the waiting room.
Excuse me, I'm looking for my husband, Chris Valderas. He was in a car wreck.
Miss Valderas, your husband's in surgery now.
All I was worried about is if he's alive or if he's dead. As I'm crying, I'm sitting there knowing I have to pull it together because when the surgery's over with, he's not going to be able to do it, and that I'm his support system.
In the OR, Dr. Nagy's 2 hours have come and gone.
Okay, let's pack this off. How's that leg looking? Blood flow's established, and the splint's on.
We put sterile dressings over the incisions and we leave them open.
Good, wrap that up and let's get in the ICU.
It's sort of like retreat and fight another day. He's got a head injury, but we haven't had a chance to get a CT scan. We didn't know if his leg was gonna survive. I think his chances were less than 50-50.
Dr. Nagy?
Yes.
Oh, the wife's waiting room too.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay.
There's that period of time where the family really wants information. We just can't give it to him.
Mrs. Valderas? I'm Dr. Nagy. I just worked on your husband.
How is he?
Well, he's had some pretty severe injuries. I have to tell you, he lost his arm in the accident.
Oh my God.
How did you hurt yourself?
I fell off the roof.
Jay, how many times have I told you I don't like you going up there? What did he do to his arm?
We probably broke his elbow, but we're about to take some x-rays to evaluate the full extent of his injuries.
You're lucky you didn't crack your head open.
Initially, the patient's wife only noticed his arm. There was so much going on in the room and so much commotion, she didn't notice the shovel.
Karen, can I talk to you?
All right, thank you. Bye. I've called in a surgeon. He's on his way. He'll be here in a few minutes, okay?
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, fortunately, she was focused on the arm, which gave me a little bit of time to formulate some thoughts about how I was going to break the news about his shovel. You know, there is nothing in a textbook that tells you how to break news like this.
Now, Karen, Jay's elbow injury isn't his only injury. When he fell off that roof, he landed on a handle of a shovel, impaling himself.
Where?
In between his legs, in his perineum to be exact.
You know, I described the injury to her, but nobody's prepared to see a shovel in that location. But a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Get it out! Get it out right now!
It was a really scary sight.
Do something!
Honey, calm down.
Why isn't anyone doing anything?
Karen, we're doing all we can to help Jay, and I assure you we're making him comfortable. We can't pull the shovel out right away without first assessing the extent of the injuries it's caused internally.
When you see an impalement, you want to remove the object right away. But what a lot of people don't realize is that offending object might be pressing on the blood vessel, stopping bleeding. If you pull it right out or remove it right away without controlling the bleeding, somebody could bleed to death right away.
Dr. Clower,
Hey, Dr. Cerner, thanks for coming in.
Well, the trauma surgeon gets there.
what have you got?
We've got a shovel impalement in the perineum. Karen, would you mind stepping out for just a minute so we can get those x-rays?
Jay, I'll be right back, honey.
Okay.
We started to take the routine x-rays to make sure that there weren't any other injuries, and I hope we don't find something devastating. I cannot imagine what the level of fear would be for a patient with this kind of injury.
Wow.
Yeah, the lumbar spine looks good.
Yeah, and no free air, so hopefully he hasn't perforated anything.
Well, regular x-rays are a good start, but a plain abdominal x-ray gives you little information. It might show some free air outside the bowel, which means you've perforated something, but you can't see all of the internal organs. You need a CAT scan for that.
So you can just take it out and he'll be okay.
I'm afraid it won't be quite that easy.
So until we get a CAT scan, we're not going to know how serious his internal injuries are.
Jay's going to require surgery, and during removal, we're going to have to repair any damages we find.
It is possible that when they try and pull this thing out and remove it, he could bleed to death within seconds or minutes if there are injuries to the liver, the kidney, or other organs that have a lot of blood vessels.
I know you're gonna be just fine. Stay strong.
I'll try.
Okay, let's go.
Doctor?
A couple days later, I went to check on the gentleman who was impaled by the shovel.
Hi, guys.
Dr. Clower.
I just want to check on Jay to see how he's doing.
I'm pretty sore and I have a lot of stitches, but Dr. Cerner said that the surgery went well.
It took hours to remove that shovel and ensure there was no bleeding, but he came through it fine.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks, Doc.
You are very welcome. Jay, have you given any consideration into hiring somebody to finish that roof work?
Karen's already made the call.
You betcha.
We're totally out of our element here. We have no IVs, we have no x-rays, we have no ultrasound to see what's going on. We have nothing.
He's tacky. I know, he's diaphoretic.
Can you breathe, man? At this point, everyone's circling around us and everyone's yelling out instructions. They don't know who we are. No one can tell we're wearing scrubs.
Guys, we're nurses. We know what we're doing. Who has a cell phone? Somebody call 911.
Colin's trying to convey to them, look, step back, we're nurses, but no one's listening. And these guys are intoxicated. They have no idea who we are. I could see his chest wound, and I'm not wearing gloves.
Dwayne? Honey, wake up!
I do not want to touch that bloody wound with bare hands.
Are you his girlfriend?
Yeah!
Then put your hand here and press down.
I could see the blood coming between her fingers. And as she did that, it actually caused it to bleed a lot more initially. I don't know what's going on underneath that stab wound. I don't know what organs have been hit, but I know this guy's in trouble.
No. We wait for the ambulance. It's a block away, man. He can't make it.
Look at him. I turn around, Jeet. I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta get him out of here. This is bad.
Okay, we'll have to carry him then. Let's just go.
Let's go. We gotta go.
Let's go.
We gotta go. We're going.
No!
His girlfriend flips out. She's trying to push me off of her boyfriend. She doesn't want anything to do with us. She has no idea that we're nurses. And she starts yelling and swearing and trying to push me away. So I grab her, and I actually had to fling her off of him. We grabbed him, got him to his feet, and he's just a limp body at this point. And I'm thinking, we can't drag him, we can't walk him because this is gonna slow him down and he can't exert any energy that he has left.
Pick him up.
Pick him up. He can't walk.
I've been doing boot camp for about a few months before that and thought, it'll be no problem. We'll run him up.
And the crowds that were the big heroes and everyone had an idea of what to do, they wanted nothing to do with this guy anymore. We're running with this guy, and I feel my wallet just leave my pocket. And I look back, and there's my wallet just with cards and money all over the place. And I see this guy heading toward my wallet.
Meet me at the hospital with my wallet.
Okay. And I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, my wallet is gone. My wallet is gone for sure.
Slow down.
When we lifted him up and started running,
Never noticed this hill before.
It didn't feel that heavy. But when we hit the incline, he was a very, very heavy. He could have been, at that point, he could have been 500 pounds.
Come on, Colin. Boot camp.
Very funny.
We see the security guard.
Help us, man.
Sorry, guys, can't help you.
Oh, man. Come on.
I cursed at him, and we just kept on running. So the ER is built in a way where you're only allowed to come into the ER with the access card.
You got your key card?
This is my wallet, man.
The triage nurses look over, they see me with a bloody sweater.
Come on!
Colin huffing and puffing, and this guy who's just limp.
What happened?
And she's like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know if they thought that I had the injury because I'm just covered in blood and we're both just exhausted.
Just wheel him in.
As we got in the doors, we found the first stretcher we could, threw the victim on the stretcher.
And luckily for this guy, that the trauma team was still in the trauma bay, so we didn't have to set up for anything like we would in a normal trauma case.
Are you guys hurt?
No, we're fine.
Gunshot wound?
No, stabbing. He's barely got a carotid pulse.
Got a couple of lines in him.
We grabbed the rapid transfuser right away and hooked him up to that, ready to see if we have to give him any blood.
He's super tacky, 170.
Okay, I got a strong radial pulse.
It was about less than a 5-centimeter laceration to his left side, but it was pouring out blood and there was air bubbles as well. And that's usually a bad sign because you know that it's gone through there could be some lung involvement. And there's an air leak.
Need a chest tube. This guy's got to get to the OR, come on.
He bled out about 1.5 liters of blood, which itself is not a good thing.
As soon as he's stabilized, the stabbing victim is moved to the OR, barely alive.
You think you'll make it?
I wouldn't bet on it. Hey, man.
Hey.
How is he?
Had his surgery in ICU.
Oh, then he's stable then.
He's alive for now. And the general surgeon that performed surgery on him that night told us later on that if we hadn't brought him up to the hospital when we did and waited for the paramedics, he would have died.
I'm looking for my fiancée. She was in a car accident.
Wayne.
Kim.
Wayne.
Kim England.
Wayne. Wayne.
Baby, is that you?
Wayne.
Oh my God, baby. What happened?
Wayne actually walked past her and saw her on the stretcher and didn't recognize that it was her because she had a lot of blood to her facial region.
Does everyone know?
Yes, they're coming here.
No, I'm too ugly. Do you still want to marry me?
Of course I do, sweetheart. She's here.
Be careful.
She's here.
The wedding. Don't worry about that. Let's with the caterers. Let's take care of everything.
She was more upset at not being able to be at her wedding than her injuries.
Excuse me, guys. I'm Dr. Anfinger.
How you doing? Is she okay?
Well, she's got your CT scans and your x-rays back. And what I would need you to do is stand by Kim here and give her your support, all right?
But
Take care of her.
Everyone's here waiting.
Hey, that's okay, Kim. You're all right. That's all that's important now is you're all right.
I don't think she realized how bad her injuries were.
Call ICU. I don't care who you got to talk to, what you got to do. Get this patient a room.
Don't worry.
Her hopes of making it to her wedding are crushed.
With the traditional suture, there's some overlap, which can leave a bead of scar tissue.
She had a fairly severe laceration to her lip, which extended along the philtrum, or this little central area here above your lip, all the way down from the lip up into the actual nasal cavity itself.
There'll be a thin line, but you'll hardly notice it.
Hey, I got good news. We've got you a bigger room.
We finally got one of our big trauma rooms open. We moved her into there where all the family could come back. We didn't want to keep them out. We do have a visitation policy, but we let just about everybody in the room that we could see her.
No, thanks. Sorry, all our plans. This is such a nightmare.
Now, whenever you two decide to get married, I'm there. I'll clear my schedule for you.
I don't want to wait.
She didn't want to miss her wedding. And that was her day or her afternoon, and she did not want to miss it.
Can we get married tonight?
Oh, honey, we can't release you tonight.
She said, can we have the wedding tonight?
In the hospital.
Well, why not? Everyone's here already.
And I said, in the emergency room, and she said yes.
Let me check with my supervisor first, okay? I'll be right back.
So had to make sure it was okay.
Kim, are you sure?
I don't want to wait another day.
Dr. Chris Enfinger has gotten permission for Kim England and Wayne Jenkins to have their wedding ceremony in the ER.
Get married tonight.
I've been doing ER medicine full-time for 10 years, and this is the first one that I'm aware of.
And so what we're going to do now, though, we're getting now, at this very moment, to join Wayne and Kim.
I knew that I wanted to get married to the man I loved.
It was very touching, very moving, a very emotional wedding. I was just thankful to God that she was alive.
And to celebrate also the joining not only of Wayne and Kim, but their kids. Kids, raise your hands. Where you at? All right. For that, Wayne, I won't cry. Do you take this woman whose right hand you now hold to be your wedded wife, and do you promise before God and all of these witnesses and all the witnesses in the hospital that you will be to her a true and devoted husband, true to her in sickness and in health, maybe sickness right now?
It makes you think really what vows are for, and it really, touches you for each vow that you say, and makes you think of the real true meaning of what they are.
I do.
Well, he knew I sure wasn't the pretty bride I had planned on being. So to know that he would go ahead and take those vows and not know what was ahead for me, medically, physically, emotionally. I mean, he has been here from day one.
It touched a lot of the nurses. It sort of lifts your spirits to have something good once in a while like that.